I know one of your great tips is about how to test colour on a wall to make sure you get the right colour. That is a really, really fail-safe tip.
This is the Ideal Home Show's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Louise Cookie. Now, are you struggling to pick the perfect paint colour for your home? Well, you're not alone. In today's episode, we've got Joe Connolly, Jenny Wood and Lisa Bertie, 3 design professionals who are here to share their top secrets for choosing paint like a pro.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
Hi, I'm Jenny from Decor Buddy.
And I'm Joe, a garden designer for Decor Buddy, and we're here to give you some great tips today on colour, on lighting, and how to make the most out of your interior and exterior spaces.
So one of the questions we get asked the most as interior designers is what colour? So what colour should I paint my bedroom? What colour should my kitchen cabinets be?
How much colour?
How much colour, absolutely. And it can be a really tricky thing to get right and to know where to start. So there's a few tips that we have when we're visiting a client. And one of the things I suggest is that you open your wardrobe. Have a look at what colour clothes you have. What colours are you drawn to when you go clothes shopping? Look in your drawers. For instance, you might have a lot of leopard print or you might have a lot of blue. And if that's the case, that's a really good place to start in terms of colour for your home. It's obviously a colour that makes you happy, that you're drawn to, and is a really good start. The other thing that I often suggest is to have an anchor. And that could be a painting or a rug. What else could it be, Lisa?
It could easily be even a pair of trainers, you know. Why does it have to be something in your home?
Yep.
You know, as Jenny said.
Also thinking about colour, trends come and go. Like you know, as interior designers, it changes every season, every year. And in fact, it's better to have something that you love and that makes you happy in your space than it is necessarily going for the latest colour because that's the thing.
We have to remember as well, we've got some really good colour matching surfaces. So, you know, all joking aside, if you have got a pair of trainers and you love the colour, it could be a vibrant yellow or a certain shade of green, take it to them, get it matched, and that can become the paint colour of your wardrobe. It's something you love, something you associate yourself with. So there's lots of other ways that you can link the colour that you love into your home.
That's a great idea. And the other thing is, if you've got this anchor, so you've got a painting, you've got your shoe colour, you know, you've got a bit of fabric that you like, then pick a few shades from that and use that throughout your home. So use it on your cushions. Maybe you can have the blue sofa and have cushions in, you know, fabric. So pick up the colours from your anchor. There's lots of different ways you can use it without going overboard. So you can also have neutral kitchen cabinets, for example. Bring in some colour with your bar stools or with some pots on the side, or open shelving and you have all your plates on display and they might have some colour to them.
And also, if you're using a colour like that you love inside, it's a really great way to make it, extend it out into your outdoor space. So if you've got some paint left over from the inside, have a think about maybe painting some pots that you've already got or a piece of furniture that you already have. And that can really help to link your inside and your outside space, especially if you've got a bit of an entertaining space, some outdoor garden area that you're going to use for seating or to have a barbecue or something like that. And if you can then carry that colour through, it's a really great way of making it one bigger space rather than 2 individual small spaces.
I mean, if you're somebody that's really a lover of neutrals and very calm spaces, and you're feeling like you want to sort of take a brave move and be bold and introduce colour into your home, try testing something. You know, it could be a very small area. It can just be a cushion. Invest in that colour in an accessory and just see how you live with it, see how you bond with it. And if it feels right, then, you know, step it up a notch, bring it into a bedroom. So there are lots of ways that you can start being much braver with your colour choices.
And Jenny, you were saying, I know one of your great tips is about how to test colour on a wall to make sure you get the right colour. That is a really, really fail-safe tip.
Yep. So what people tend to do when they're looking at testing paint colours is they paint several shades that are very similar all together on the wall. So they might have 6 shades of green all right next to each other. And they look at them and they think, I can't tell which is the right green to go on my wall. And the problem with that is that our eyes read colour in conjunction with the other ones around it. So if you're looking at one green, your eyes are taking in the other greens that are around it, even without you realising. So when you want to test a paint colour, paint it on a sheet of paper and just look at that alone. Blue tack it on the wall, look at it on different walls around your house, look at it in daylight, look at it in the evening under artificial light, but look at it on its own. And then if you're comparing other colours, paint those and hold them up separately. You don't want to look at them together because it'll just be really confusing. So that is my top tip. And I think it's something that loads of people get wrong. And it's a really easy thing to sort
overlook
out.
that. And we often go into homes and at the starting point, we'll see probably about 10, 15, 20 colours all painted in a very small swatch on the wall. And I think you've got to just sort of narrow your choices down. Go to the ones that make you feel good. You know, it's not always about how a colour looks. How does that colour actually make you feel? What's the undertone? Is it cool? Is it warm? You know, what is it you want to project in your home?
And I think it's worth remembering that when a colour is used outside, you may need to tone down the shade and go half a shade darker, because inside often a wall is in the shade, it's not in the direct sunlight. Often in the outside it is in the direct sunlight, and it can look much, much lighter if it's in the outside. So if you've got a colour that you love and you want to take it through and say paint a wall, a feature wall in the garden with the same colour to link your inside and your outside space, just make sure that you again take a sample, put it on the wall and have a look, because you may well just need to come down a tone or two to make the colour actually look the same as the same colour on the inside.
By following Joe, Jenny and Lisa's expert advice, you'll be well on your way to picking the right paint colour for your space. So, to recap, lighting is everything. Always test paint in the light it will actually live in. Don't trust the swatch. Take the time to test paint in your home before committing. Context is key. Think about your furniture, decor and room function when it comes to colour choices. And whether you're going bold or playing it safe, make sure the colour fits the vibe of your space. So now you're equipped with the tools to test smarter, not harder, and avoid that dreaded oops moment with the next paint job. If you're looking to update or elevate your home and garden, make sure to tune in for more expert design tips from Joe, Jenny and Lisa. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.